I've mentioned a couple of times about WP Rocket and how it's used for caching as its #1 tool. WP Rocket also has a lot of other functionality inside it. For example, it allows you to clean your database on a regular basis. Let's have a look now to give you a quick run around WP Rocket. I highly recommend it. It is a premium plugin and it's specifically for WordPress, but it's really worth the while. It's the #1 plugin that I recommend. I've used so many different ones. It's the only one that gets consistent results every single time on every single WordPress site that I use it on. So let's have a peek. Let's have a go. Let's have a look at the settings. Coming into WP Rocket settings, and we'll come back and have a quick peek about some of these options in a minute. But let's try to tie together some of the things that I've talked about so far, such as minification and so on. As you can see in here, under cache, let's have a look what's in here. We've talked about caching. There's all the information about caching, and you'll notice the time for the cache, so you can actually specify shorter and longer times, because of course if your site is changing a lot, you want the cache refreshed. So we talked about earlier in the module about how this can be an issue with caching. So you're under control here with WP Rocket. Let's have a look at the file optimization, and as you can see in here, there we go, minify CSS. And if we scroll down, optimizing CSS, minifies JavaScript. So you can see some of the things that I've been talking about earlier on. And then there's a lot of other options in here. This is allowing you to have more fine granular control of your whole settings. Peeking at the database, in here it gives you a quick snapshot about how unclean or clean your database currently is. So you can see all these different items, and down the bottom you can schedule the automatic cleanup. Word of warning, don't run it daily. You might think that's brilliant. Oh, let's keep it very clean. No, there is a risk, remember, when cleaning up a database that it can get corrupted. It's a very small risk, but you can see down here you should be backing up your database first. So minimize that risk, and your database doesn't get that dirty that often, so weekly is the norm. So as you can see in here, there's a lot of other stuff. You can integrate CDNs. You got things called heartbeat, and we won't go into that right now, but it automatically controls the heartbeat. And if you want to read more about that, there's a lot more information that you can actually do, and reading more about all the different stuff in here. There's a lot of add-ons that can go on. You can see here this site is hosted on Cloudways, so it's automatically compatible with a lot of direct hosting. You can deal with WebP, we'll be talking about that in another module, and so on. Let's have a look at the lazy loading, as you see under here, underneath on media. So it's enabled for images. Here, this is where you can replace a video with an image, which is really cool. And this is where you can exclude any images. So there you go. Just a very quick overview at WP Rocket. I highly recommend it. You can pick this up from getus.at/WP Rocket. And again, it's just for WordPress sites.